Hey guys, it's Archon. Welcome to Inferno Friday. This was an exciting week for Reaper of Souls. A lot of stuff happened. The PTR opened up, closed beta began, we heard about cursed chests, a bunch of other cool things like Uber Diablo, skill changes. I'm going to go over all of it, but real quick before we get into it, I want to remind you guys that this week was also the third part of the Design a Legendary process where you guys helped make a legendary for Reaper of Souls. We did a live stream with Travis Day and John Yang, me, Twiz, Monstrous, and Flux, and you can see that in the description below. There's a link to it. It was really awesome, so check it out. It was an awesome brainstorming session where we came up with some ideas for the new legendary. But let's get right into it. This week we got some big announcements. PTR has officially opened up. You guys can now play all of patch 2.0 as it stands right now. Now, it's not the expansion. You can't play the Crusader or Act 5 or any of the stuff that you'll get just from the expansion, but you can play adventure mode and all that cool stuff. All you have to do is go to your battle.net account management page and sign up for a PTR account if you haven't already. Download the desktop app, and then when you go to play Diablo, you just choose the drop box above the play button, choose PTR, you can get on PTR. And the coolest thing is, this is the first time I've ever heard of anyone doing this, PTR is on the same server as closed beta. Closed beta also just started. So if you're in closed beta, you would have gotten an email, and the email will have a code, or you're probably already activated. You can just go to your account management page to see if you're in closed beta. If you're not yet, make sure you're opted in. They're not going to invite a lot of people, but if you're opted in, you have a chance of being invited. So you can play with your friends in closed beta, which means I should be able to play with you guys even if you're just on the PTR. Now, we can't do the stuff above level 60 and the new act and stuff, but we could play together. So tomorrow, which is Saturday, I'm going to be streaming for like 4 to 6 hours playing with you guys. It should be a lot of fun. I haven't had a chance to get on yet. I've just been reading up about it. I've been pretty busy recently, but it should be really cool. So yeah, make sure you're opted into closed beta, and if you can't get in closed beta, get on PTR. I think most of the coolest stuff is coming in patch 2.0 anyways, but that's just me. Definitely try it out. We're getting this pretty early, so it looks like they're going to be doing a lot of testing before the game comes out. But other than that, they also announced something called Cursed Chests, and Diablo fans was able to data mine a bunch of new stuff on the test servers. And so this stuff, I imagine, is already in the game. Again, I haven't had a chance to test it, but I will be tomorrow during the live stream. There's a link to my live stream below. There's also a link to all these pages I'm showing and all this data mine information. So I was going to go over all this. I'll tell you guys what we know about cursed chests and some of the other changes it looks like they're doing. It's mostly balancing stuff, but there's also some exciting stuff in here as well. I could go into the game and look through all the changes, but I figured it'd be easier just to see them all right here when they're written out in one place. Under the legendary passives, we have a lot of changes to legendary passives. Mostly the changes are to passives that were just completely overpowered. Some of them we already heard about, like Shrine Effects will last for 10 minutes instead of 1 hour. Also, Ignore Pain. There was a legendary that made it last up to 60 seconds, which means you could have Ignore Pain on forever, obviously overpowered. It's down to 5 seconds. Increases the duration of Ignore Pain by 5 seconds. So that's a pretty huge nerf right there. I didn't know it needed to be that big, but I guess they felt like it did. Also, Wand of Woe used to remove the cooldown of Explosive Blast. Now it just gives you 3 additional Explosive Blasts. Probably a needed change. Wand of Woe is definitely a bit overpowered. You can read through all the legendary changes in the link below. Some of them are nerfs, some of them are buffs. Underneath that, we got some minor changes to the difficulty selector. It looks like Imperial Gems will only drop on certain difficulties now. We also have difficulty 9 Grandmaster. I'm not sure if that's something that comes after Torment. Uber Diablo right here. Don't know too much about this, but it looks like they're adding in Uber Diablo. I imagine some other Uber bosses will be added as well. We got some new callouts. It looks like we're getting Unreal Tournament up in here. We got Overkill, Kills, Vicious Massacre, Brutal Massacre, Killing Spree. It just looks like some new callouts in addition to the ones they have right now. Cursed Chests. Cursed Chests they announced in the patch notes for the PTR. It looks like they're taking what they were going to use for Nephilim Trials and putting them in the Cursed Chests. I don't know if this means they aren't going to add Nephilim Trials, but at least we're getting part of it. It sounds really cool. It includes endless waves of monsters, timed events, and bosses. Basically, you'll find these cursed chests out in the world, and when you click on them, it will start an event, and then based on how well you do on the event, you'll get a certain amount of bonus chests. Just like they said how Nephilim Trials will work, it's going to be out in the world. You can find them in campaign mode, but they're more common on adventure mode. Sounds really cool. I'm so excited to get in there and try that out. Underneath that, we have some strings for some new items that look like they're going to be used for the new Ubers. We have Heart of Evil, Idol of Terror, Leorix, Regret, and then of course Infernal Machines. But we have a bunch of different types of Infernal Machines, so maybe you'll actually be able to choose which Uber boss you fight. There's 4 of them listed here. And then some new items for set pieces. We got Golden Oxen set, Phoenix set, Witch Doctor dot set. Obviously, they haven't come up with names for a lot of these sets, but that's really cool. A damage over time set for Witch Doctor, that could be really awesome to enable some of those dot builds. Underneath that, we got some cursed chest strings. It looks like it's saying that you get bonus chests based on how well you do in those events. I'm really excited about those cursed chests. We also got some new Paragon bonuses, it looks like. Life on hit, crushing blow, area damage, resource cost reduction, and gold find. Those are listed right there. And then we got a lot of class changes. Most of the class changes are just little tweaks here and there. Barbs didn't have any that really stood out to me as I was reading through them, but then again, I don't play much Barb. It looks like it was mostly just balancing things. Probably more nerfs than buffs, but overall it was pretty even. Some skills that were being used a lot got nerfed, some that weren't being used got buffs. That's just pretty standard during a beta process. Demon Hunter, mostly just little tweaks here and there. However, they did make a pretty big change to Companion. Companion no longer costs discipline, but it also has an active skill now. So right when you use Companion, you'll get some kind of bonus, and then you get the passive in addition to that. So Unruined, your Raven does an extra 1000% weapon damage. Spider Companion slows everyone right when you summon it. Boar charges to you and taunts nearby enemies. Wolf howls, granting you and your allies increased damage. The Bat Companion just instantly gives you 50 hatred. However, they did remove the hatred regeneration. I know a lot of people aren't going to like that. I was using the Bat Companion myself, but it does do more damage as well. And then Ferret instantly picks up all the health globes and gold within 60 yards. So a little change to Companion there. Maybe it'll make it a little bit more useful. They did buff each of the followers just a little bit, just slight buffs there. I'm not going to go through all the buffs here because there were a lot of them, and if you want to, you can read through them yourself. On the Monk, one thing I noticed is on Cyclone Strike and Sweeping Wind, they added some elemental damage to the attacks. So one of the rune turned Cyclone Strike into Lightning, another one into Cold. It was similar with Sweeping Wind. Also on Mantra of Retribution, let me... Right here, they changed this. Mantra of Retribution does damage to enemies when they attack you, but now it's based on your weapon damage, and it seems like a pretty good amount of weapon damage, up to 202% of your weapon damage when you get attacked, and it even happens when you dodge or you block. And so that seems like a pretty good change there. The rest of the changes on the Monk just look like little tweaks here and there. Next up, we had the Wizard. Wizard seemed to get a lot of changes, or maybe I just noticed them more because I play a Wizard. Some of these we already heard about. They nerfed Dominance a little bit. Unwavering Will and Temporal Flux both got some significant buffs. You only have to stand still for 1.5 seconds for Unwavering Will, and Temporal Flux slows by 80%. Not many people using Arcane skills right now. There's not many good builds with Arcane right now. Maybe that will help a little bit. They made all of the armors last 10 minutes, up from 4 minutes, which I'm very grateful for because, as you guys know who watch my live stream, I'm horrible at refreshing my armor. Surge of Power on Electrocute is now Arcane. I wasn't too happy about that because I had some plus to Lightning, but I think I'll still keep using it anyways. I just won't use the plus to Lightning. New Diamond Skin rune makes it so you move faster while you have Diamond Skin on, 30% faster. They also nerfed Diamond Skin just a little bit, which I was surprised about. It didn't seem that good to me. 17,000 damage isn't a lot in Reaper of Souls. And then Black Hole definitely needed a nerf, and when someone asked me on the stream how they should nerf it, I thought they should increase the cooldown, and they did. They increased the cooldown by 50%. I think that's good. Although I love Black Hole, and I'm going to be sad that it's nerfed, everyone's using it. Every single build I use includes Black Hole, so it definitely needed a nerf, and this will make it so that Frost Nova could at least compete with it. The Crusader didn't get any real noticeable changes that I could see, notable at least, but it did get a lot of tweaks, just balance things here and there. Overall, a lot of exciting things coming to the PTR and the closed beta. You guys should definitely get in there, play around. I'll be playing there tomorrow, Saturday, during the middle of the day US time. I don't know the exact hours, but my Facebook is linked below, and I'll update that as soon as I know. Maybe we can play together, try out some of these things. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll have another one for you soon.